Welcome to watch-highres. In this video, I'll be changing the strap of my Still Dive Seiko Turtle similarity, homage kind of style watch, which is quite good if you ask me. And I reviewed this watch early in the channel if you're wondering what a bargain this watch is. And it has a Seiko movement with hand winding, and also its automatic movement, and sapphire glass, stainless steel case, and just looking like quite good Seiko Turtle design. So you won't regret if you purchase this watch, and the loom is quite good. In this video, I'd like to change its strap and give it a different look. I believe changing a strap could add a lot to a watch. Let me just show you a couple of examples before I do change this watch strap. This is a Casio V0001, which is basically quite a cheap Casio model, but I changed the leather strap with an expensive one. This watch is around $20 to $25 in my country. It was when I purchased it, and I added like $10 to $15 strap with brush tip. So you see, it looks very, very good with it. So changing strap add a lot to a watch. And take a look at this. This is Casio, but it looks like a Rolex Day-Date because I changed the strap with an expensive Tissot style leather strap, quality leather strap, changed this watch's looking style in a very expensive looking way. Even though this is a $35 watch in my country, now it looks like more than $100 from a distance. So if you don't see the Casio, you guess probably this is an expensive watch from outside, but it looks stylish and durable because it's a Casio. So let's get started. Before we adjust the straps, I'd like to clear the surface, and I don't want to scratch the table, so I use a mouse pad just like this. I put my watch on it, and I need couple of devices. These devices came with my previous purchase of different type of bracelets for different brands or straps. As you can see, their tip is just like a fork with 2 points, and they're like a screwdriver, small items. And some of them comes like this, very small, but when you take the head, so this way you don't scratch around. As you can see, let me just put it in. It's difficult to get it in, then get it out. So this is also quite famous one if you're, looking from AliExpress. As you can see, this one has just a little bit harshly used, so it's not as it was once before. So this is for just pushing the pins out of a bracelet. So this is when you need to take it out, just like this one's, like a fork tip. Let's just start. Since we are okay with the ground, we are not scratching the watch and not scratching the, as you can see, if I can reach it with the tip of the device, just like this, and I did. This one is going out, and this one is also, I think, going out, and yes, I took the pin out. So the second one is always easier to do. Let's just turn the watch, stick it in, pull it out, and stick this one in, and let's just get this way. Behind the camera, it's a little more difficult than doing by yourself. Yes, I push the pins and it's out. Right now, I have my watch free. So we are going to use different straps. You probably know how to change straps or bracelets by now if you're a watch enthusiast, but let me be clear. You always keep your original pins, because original pins are most of the time stronger than cheaper pins, and their springs are better. So just keep them safe and don't lose them, and don't try to push them with different devices. If you can't pull them out with a default knife that you have at your home, just be careful, don't hurt these, because it's difficult to find similar quality like the original one, because they can take the pressure. If you're using a steel bracelet, you know by now, when steel bracelet, when you give it a push, it needs to handle that weight, so it's difficult to get a good pin. So, and also don't lose these, because these are watch specific. It's just cover the watch in the end. So I take these out of the way with the pins, and we will shoot some close-up photos or videos with different straps around the watch, and then we will continue installation. Before going my last surprise strap of choice for my Steel Dive green watch, I'd like to talk about my choices and my reasons. This was the original steel bracelet, and I am happy with steel bracelets most of the time because they are durable to water. I can use it every day in any case, and I'm sure it will hold the watch if there's no problem with the pins at the tip of it. So this has a minimal adjustments. As you can see, we have a lot of holes here, so I can adjust to my wrist, and other than the buckles, I'm quite happy with them. The problem with these type of steel bracelets or straps, when you hang on to something in an accident, like if you're running and your hand just stuck with something, it doesn't flex. Or in any car accident or bike accident, if you're driving motorcycles, it just scratch your wrist too much and it will hurt you. It will even cut your wrist. Not in a deep way, maybe. It won't kill you, but it will bruise your wrist a lot. It happened to me like 20 years ago with my first titanium watch. It doesn't flex at all. So remember this, if you're fitting your steel bracelet perfectly to your wrist, it's not going to be flexible at all, and it can hurt you anytime. So beware if you're choosing steel or titanium bracelet. Just give it a little bit of space. It's a good thing to have. And after that, I can tell you my second choice for my diver and sportive watches is this kind of chain style steel straps or bracelets, because this is two parts, not like the bracelet style, but more of a strap style, I suppose. And I have micro adjustments here. As you can see, we have lines, so we have a lot of micro adjustments here, and that's why I like this watch. And it has two locks. First is this, second is that, and I love those. And it don't take my hairs too much, and I'm a hairy guy. I don't like that if some bracelet just tears me apart. So this is a good one to have. And my third choice is nylon or Nato straps. In this video, I'd like to show you a brand. Normally, I don't do that, but I'm quite happy with the Hemsut. And they have tips like brushed. Sorry. So in that case, it gives you the quality, and the stitching is quite good. And when I turn it back, voila, we have steel style holes. It's not like just pinching and left off like cheap ones. Let me just show you. When I tell you cheap, this is a Seiko 5 and this is original strap. Let's just take a look at good close look at this. It's not looking any quality, right? These holes just these holes are just punched in and left off. Since I'm using it with this hole, just take a look at these two. They're starting to lose their integrity. But if I use something like this with it, it's going to be for a long journey, long time, without any problem. And the one other thing that I like with the Hemsut brand, they use this type of pin, and it's like a smartwatch style pin. You can easily adjust it as you move it around with your nails, and you can definitely change your watch strap in a couple of seconds with these. So if you buy a couple of them, you can give different characters, different style. You can create different personas with your same watch. My third choice is always leather. And when I say leather, my first choice most of the time grunged or steampunked or racing style with holes, we can call them. I think this is like an old looking, a little bit of aged leather. I like these because when it's just perfectly looking, I think it just represents dress watch style, but I'm not a dress watch guy because most of the time I use t-shirts, even in the cold, even in the snow. I'm a cold weather guy. So in that case, brushed tips and stitching with the old style color ropes, it gives very good quality. And inside it has black leather, as you can see, different layers. I think this creates a good combination with green dial watches like I showed you in this video, and darker blue, like black blue kind of style watches. It can also add some value to them. And you can also use black dial watches like a Hamilton khaki style, and you probably heard it. But these holes most of the time represents racing style. And I also have a glove that racing glove that I use with my Alpha GT 3.2, which I have another channel for. If you haven't watched it, I will give the description down below. When I drive my car, I use these type of straps and custom created watches if I can. And the last is a dress style textured leather, and it can go with anything. In that case, I just upgraded my Casio and changed it to a look of Rolex Day Date. And I think from a distance it looks much more expensive than it is. This is a $35 watch, but when I add the strap with this Tissot style here, good quality strap, it is just looking much more than $100 from a distance, and even up close it is looking good. And it's a Casio, so you can rely on that. So the last one is the similar with the other one was with texture. This is a flat leather, and there is not much of a texture here. Only the holes are different than regulars, not round holes, as you can see. The finishing or stitching is not perfect, but edge, little bit of brushed, so I'm happy with it. And it looks good with the brushed inside Casio V0001 model, which I like quite much. It's a thin watch, stylish watch, and if you haven't watched the review, you can watch the review later on. Let's just go from here to my last strap for this watch at the end of the video. And let's finish this with the best one that I have for that watch. We are coming at the end of the video, and my favorite strap is in the last place. As you can see, I've installed the pins, and there's a reason for that, because I'm going to be showing you my latest strap I bought for this watch only, but maybe I will later on use it with my other watches. This is a British green style, dark green, and in the middle goldish line. And the brush tip gives a very quality look, and the stitching is qualified in my opinion. So this is not a cheap strap, but not expensive either. So I think it will look with the green on the outside, darker green on the outside. So if you haven't checked the first beginning of the video, the way that you take these pins out and giving them back in or putting them back in is easy. So if you don't have nails, just I don't have too much, but I still can manage to do it. But if you don't, so you can use this device I showed you in the beginning of the video. And after you do that, since it's going to be like this, the watch needs to be like this on the 12th. So we'll be installing like this. I will be first putting it like that. And as you can see, I'll be only taking it like this. And yes, it's about to finish, but let's just be quick about this. I'm still imagining how it's going to look like when it's finished. Okay, I'll take it here, as you can see, and I'll also put it like this. Behind the camera is making it tougher. Okay, it's finished. Let's take a look. What do you think how it looks? I think it looks good. The only downside of this watch is being heavy on the case side. So let me just turn this bezel and make it perfectly on 12, because it's not looking straight up. And it looks good, but it's a heavy watch, and steel bracelets are much more, like, say, balanced in the weight side, but I think for daily use I can use it. You probably know my Seiko 5 Sport. I use all the time. Let me just take this one and put it on my wrist. Definitely feels good. From the beginning, yes, it's difficult to install it. I put it on my wrist because watch is too heavy. But since we have too many holes, I can just adjust the strap, and I will use the double side of this. And I don't know about you, but I do it like this because my wrist is 18 centimeters. I don't have a too thick wrist. So put it another way just makes it a little difficult. Yes, I think I managed to do that. Let me just show you in total. It looks like this. And when it finishes, it looks like this. Let me know what you think. And if you like this strap idea, and if you like this strap that suit this watch, there are other colors of this same strap. I believe the brushed look and the brushed design of outside of this turtle style still dive watch that I have. I, by the way, reviewed this watch, like I told you probably in the beginning of the video. And if you haven't watched the review, this is a bargain watch. Seiko movement, automatic, sapphire glass, stainless steel. There is nothing wrong with that for the price. It could be acceptable for the homage style watch, but the build quality is quite good, and there is branding everywhere. So it's not telling you that it is some kind of a Seiko itself. But if you're happy with a similar design style, you can get away with it. If you like to buy a turtle, Seiko turtle, I have a lot of original Seikos. I'm not against it, so you can do that too. But if you like the strap and what it adds to this watch in a quality base, let me know what you think. And you can purchase different colors of these. I will put the link at the description below. And if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And subscribe will be great for my channel. And I will be learning from your comments. And if you have watches or bracelets or straps to be reviewed, and if you think they are qualified, maybe I will purchase and try it myself in my collection. Let me know what you think under the comment section below. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.